Hey, it's Lucas, and today I'm going to be reviewing this Tyson 2.0 NYC Diesel. Before I start this review, I want to make it very, very clear to YouTube, I will not be showing any medication in this video. I will not be medicating in this video. I'm literally just talking to a camera. There is absolutely no need to age restrict this video, and if you do, then it's just discrimination, honestly. You've literally age restricted my other medical videos in which I don't show any flour. Starting to get really, really damn annoying, but let's just jump into the review. So according to Leafly, NYC Diesel is a cross between Mexican and Afghani land racers. It will give you a strong cerebral buzz and then lead you to full body relaxation, which I can attest it does do that. I'm gonna start out by diving straight into the looks, and honestly they are super duper disappointing. The nugs are a decent size, but that's about where it stops for the positives. They're literally bleached out grey. They look awful. The orange hairs that could have been on there look brown and dried up and just shit. Honestly, it looks like this bud has been left behind somebody's drawers for about a year and they've just pulled it out and thought, oh yeah, I'll sell this. Some of the best sativas I've ever smoked have been airy fox-tailed nugs. Not everything needs to be really, really dense and compact, but honestly this takes the piss. The nugs are just shit. They look really, really terrible. You can see some trichomes on there, but they look old and dusty. They don't look super sparkly and bright like fresh, good bud. Any purple that was trying to come out there just looks old and black / brown. They just... It just looks shit. It's really, really bad. So I'm going to give the looks... Honestly, I will say that it's not the worst looking bud. After I've just talked shit about it for a couple of minutes, it's still not the worst looking bud on medical. But yeah, I'm going to give the looks of it probably a 4. Just disappointing. Moving on to the smell now. When I first opened the tub to get my first impression, I honestly nearly gipped. It was disgusting. It smelled like straight up just chemicals and plastic, but not bud at all. Just horrible, like factory chemical plastic sealing type of smell on there. There was no weed smell to it, just horrible plastic. I immediately moved them from the plastic tubs into glass jars, and after 4 weeks the smell has improved a little bit, but it's still not very good. This could be just because the terps aren't for me. It gives off a strong diesel-y, grapefruity, citrus petrol smell that I personally don't like, but even with that I can still say that the smell is just pure shit. Like, I can appreciate smells of strains that I don't particularly like, but this, it still smells like chemicals and plastic and just horrible. You're getting a little bit of grapefruit through and a lot more of the petrol-y notes, but still, it's... I think I'm a little bit biased on this because I don't like the smell of the grapefruity, petrol-y strains anyway. But that being said, I don't like the smell. It smells horrible. It has improved. The plasticky tub smell has pretty much gone now after 4 weeks. No Boveda pack. I don't know if I mentioned that. I didn't come with one and I didn't put one in the jar. But I just don't like the smell. It has improved, like I said. I will give it... I'm gonna err on the side of caution and give it a 5 for the smell because, like I said, I'm not sure if it's just the terps that I don't like or whether it truly is just a terrible smell. I think it's quite 50-50 on that one, so I'm gonna give the smell a 5 out of 10. And when you grind it up, it just releases more of the petroliness, tiny little bit more of the grapefruits combined, a horrible nose, stingy, almost sick-like smell, which I really don't like. So, again, I think I gave it a 5. I'm gonna knock it down to a 4 because ground up it really don't get any better, so the smell is getting a 4 out of 10 from me. Moving on to the flavour, and in the Mighty Vape at 160 through a water pipe, the initial taste that I get is just straight up chlorine. After 2 or 3 hits it gets a little bit sweeter, but it's undeniably, it just tastes like swimming pool. Honestly, the feeling that I get on the first hit is quite nostalgic. It feels like I've just walked out of the changing room at the swimming baths when I'm a kid and I'm about to cannonball into the water. It's not a nice flavour, but that's the kind of thoughts that it unlocks for me when I first tasted it. So the way that I medicate with my daytime strains is I will start it off at 160 just to get a couple of flavourful hits with no vapour. I like to do that, I don't know why, I just like to get flavour from the first couple of hits and then I'll start getting the vapour. So I start at 160 and then I'll usually step it up to 175, then 185. I usually skip 195 and go straight to 210 because I've noticed there's not much flavour difference there. Flavour wise, from 160 to 185, it's kind of the same. It gets a little bit sweeter as you up the temperature. Going in at 160, it tastes like straight swimming pool, and then as you increase the temperature, slightly sweeter swimming pool. In my opinion, on a lower temperature, this tastes like swimming pool. That never really goes away, but as you increase the temperature slowly up to 210, it gets a little bit more vegetal and a little bit more sweet. So it tastes like, say, think of a sweet vegetable like a carrot or like peas or something. I'm not talking sweet like candy. I mean exactly what I said. You know, some people describe certain vegetables as sweet, and that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from this. It's giving me chemicals like chlorine, or I suppose maybe diesel or petrol, or if you want to lump that all into the same category there, the chemical sort of fuel-y taste to it. It's definitely got that, but I would describe that as chlorine. To me, it tastes like straight up swimming pool. And for this video, I say for this video, it makes it sound like I don't wash my bongs. I cleaned out my my mini bong for this video just to make sure that everything was absolutely, you know, on point. Clean capsules, clean vape. I wanted to get the best experience, and it hasn't changed the flavour. You know, it still tastes like chlorine and sweet vegetables. Somebody told me that if you smoke this, which I didn't, because obviously we only vape on medication on this channel, if you smoke this, it gives a sour sort of feeling in the back of your throat, and it gives off grapefruity slash citrusy sort of flavours, but they told me that it's actually dead. It burns straight black, and for the little amount of flavour that you get through, that's quite pleasant. The grapefruity slash sour feeling in the back of your throat is madly overpowered by just burnt tasting. Like, it's not, either it wasn't flushed right or grown, well, it wasn't grown right because it's full of seeds. I haven't mentioned that, but I'll get to that in just a little bit. What could be pleasant flavours and feelings, like it's called NYC Diesel, but it's taken from sour diesel. The sour feeling that you get in your back of your throat, so I've heard, when you're smoking it, and the grapefruity sour, I know I keep saying sour, but yeah, it's like a sour, slightly puckered, like imagine you've just put a lemon in your mouth, but not quite as extreme. That's the type of feeling you get when you smoke this, but apparently it just burns black, and apparently it just tastes burnt, and that overpowers any of the good feelings. So yeah, even if you're smoking it, the flavours are apparently different, and you don't get the chlorine chemical vegetable taste. You get more of an actual sour grapefruit taste. It's still not pleasant because it's overpowered by a burnt taste and black ash. I mentioned seeds a second ago, and I should have mentioned this in looks, but I forgot. This bud is riddled with seeds. Honestly, it's really, really bad. I haven't found any black mature ones, but I have found fully formed white ones, and also even the ones that you can't actually go through and pick out without pulling the buds apart. If you throw the bud in a grinder, give it a couple of twists, and then open it, you can see all the micro seeds just in the grinder. Like, it's really, really bad. Honestly, it's terrible. And Montu, my pharmacy, are not doing shit about it. They asked me to email them pictures, which I did twice. All I got back was, "Thank you for sending these pictures. Please don't throw away your medication." Nothing else. "We may need to recall this," which, you know, it's bog standard, and it's ridiculous, and we should get answers, and we should be able to get refunds and replacements, because this is ridiculous. But apparently little micro seeds don't count as actual seeds, so even though they can and do affect the flavour, it's just not seen as a problem, and we just get fobbed off. It's ridiculous. I don't even think my local black market dealer would sell this shit. Nobody would buy it. Like, he would go out of business. This is ridiculous. We're paying for this legally, paying a price, might I add. Like, it's not cheap. This is £8.50 a gram, so 85 gram for a pot full of shitty, washed out, gross bud filled with seeds. It's just not acceptable. The effects for me are the only thing that redeem this. I actually quite enjoy the effects of this bud. It is sativa leaning, so you don't... See, that's the thing. See, I smoked this yesterday when I got back from my appointment. I had been up since 6 a.m. I'd been fucked about with trains, and I was just annoyed. So I smoked a bowl of this in the vape, and it just made me sit down, bro. Like, I didn't feel awake. I didn't feel I did feel uplifted, but I didn't feel energetic or any sativa-y sides apart from the mind shift. I felt mentally better, but I didn't feel energetic at all. Whereas any other time that I've vaped this, it's got me up, it's got me uplifted. Now I can feel it behind my eyes, my head feels slightly elevated, not quite the balloon on a string feeling. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word then. Not quite the balloon on a string feeling, but I feel it feels slightly elevated. Depending on my mood, I was going to say your mood, but I'm talking about me. Depending on my mood, this can go either way. It is definitely sativa leaning, but I can use it to relax at the same time. If I were to smoke or vape this at night time, it wouldn't get me running around like a madman. It would probably just chill me out, but in the daytime as well, it can help uplift. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Like, it really does depend on mindset and time of day to how this will affect you. I don't feel like I've had any negative effects from this, no paranoia, nothing like that, no racing heart, just all around chilled but uplifted. And it really is a shame, because this could be really, really good if the bud quality was on point and the effects kept up. Then this could be a winner, but it was grown so badly and they've just put out such utter shite bud that the effects are almost just kind of washed over, because nobody actually wants it because it is so shit. They assume that the effects are going to be shit. And it's true, we shouldn't have to pay for this. It is ridiculous. This has potential to be so good, and I know people have shat all over it in other reviews, and again, I guess I have as well, but I will say the effects are good. I do like the effects. It's just a shame about the quality of the bud, because I won't be getting this again, even though I know that it's good for my condition. But I don't want to pay for seeds and washed out shit looking bud, which is pretty much the majority of medical at the minute. Like, not all of it, but pretty much. I've had cheaper strains that are better than this, so I won't be getting this again. But the effects for me, anxiety, depression, bang on. And I'll say it again, it's just a shame. So looks, I think I gave it a 3. Really washed out, full of seeds, just bad in general. It had potential to be good if the colour was there, if there were no seeds. It's got potential to be up there, to be at least an 8, but just at the minute it looks like shit, so yeah, it's getting a 3. Smell, I'm gonna give a 3 as well. It smells like grapefruit cleaner mixed with like petrol and chemicals, but not in a good way. Like, weed can smell good when it smells like chemicals and grapefruit and just straight fuel. It can smell good. That doesn't. That smells bad, so 3. Taste, I'm going to give a 2. I really do not enjoy the taste of it. It tastes like swimming pool and broccoli, and that's not really something that I want from my weed. Just not good. Just really bad. So yeah, taste is getting a 2. Maybe if it's something that you like the taste of, maybe you like the really gassy kind of strains, that give it a try. I mean, you can take my word for it on the quality. The quality is bad, but you don't know whether you're going to like the taste of the effects unless you try it yourself. Taste for me, broccoli chlorine, 2. Effects, I would go as far as an 8. Genuinely, the effects for me are bang on. If this bud was good, if the quality was as good as the effects, I would be going back for more, definitely. But just right now, the whole package is off, you know, the bud is bad, it's not good. The effects with the bad quality bud are good, so if the bud quality was improved, then surely the effects quality would be through the roof, right? So if you can get on top of this and make it decent, not even decent, just good quality bud, then this could be one of the best strains out there. But at the minute, I would go as far as saying it's one of the worst. If you're purely in it for the medical side and you don't care what your bud looks like, tastes like, smells like, then get the NYC Diesel. It's good and it'll work for you. But if you care about the whole package like me, stay clear of it. It's not worth it. And it is, again, it's such a shame. It is such a shame, because I feel great right now. I'm about to go out into town, get a haircut, do some shopping. I don't feel anxious, you know? Well, that's a lie, I always feel anxious. I feel far less anxious than I would if I hadn't taken my medication before going out. And therein lies the issue, I think, at the minute with UK medical, because, yeah, your medication works, great. What else do you need, you know? You're taking it and it's working for you. Go away. The quality shouldn't matter, but it does. The quality really, really does matter, and if we can just make it good quality, then this market would be absolutely booming with loads and loads and loads of people, and we would all be great. But right now it's not. So, you know, without going off on an entire tangent about that, Tyson NYC Diesel is going to get a 3 out of 10 from me. It really, really needs improvement. So if you like this video, leave a like, leave me a comment telling me if you've tried the Tyson 2.0 NYC Diesel. Did you like it? Did you not? Tell me what I should get on my next script. Subscribe for more videos. Peace.